It's Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. SHEcooks here, cooking with Tay. Thank you so much for choosing to cook with me tonight. Before I tell you what I'm gonna make today, I just have a question. When you think about a festival, what's the one thing everyone's always going for? And maybe this is just me. Every time I attend a festival, I'm always looking for a really good food truck because you can't go to a festival and not get food. Like, that's just my philosophy. I'm sure a lot of you share the same philosophy. I'm looking for a food truck that has a really good taco. What I love about tacos is that you can literally put anything in there. The sky's the limit, honestly. Like, throw whatever you want in that tortilla and it's gonna be good. And that's really the inspiration behind my recipe today. It's really for anyone who's looking for a lot of flavors. I'm always looking for a sweet and savory kind of taste, especially with a kick of spice. Included in this taco will be sweet potatoes and black beans, as well as a caramelized red onion and jalapeno jam. Topping it off with a Brussels sprout slaw. Go grab your aprons, and while you're at it, make a margarita because it's Taco Tuesday. I'm super excited. I'm pumped. Thank you guys so much for choosing to cook with me tonight. Let's go to work. Alright, just a reminder that I will be posting all the ingredients and measurements in my description box, but for the purpose of this video, let's go ahead and get started. First things first is if you want to make your aioli. You're going to need to chop up about 2 to 3 Brussels sprouts, finely chop them. As you can see, I'm doing little sprinkles so you can see how small you want the pieces to be, because it's going to be your replacement for a traditional slaw topping. Once you're finished with your Brussels sprouts, go ahead and cut up half that avocado. I'm very new to avocado and I don't really know how to properly cut and scoop. I kind of just went off of what I've seen other people do. But if anyone has any tips on how to properly cut and scoop an avocado, please let me know. Typically, aioli does have mayonnaise as its cream base, but you guys are welcome to use sour cream or a dairy-free mayo or even Greek yogurt in replacement of the mayo. I know it may seem silly that I'm using a mixer to mix such a small amount, but I didn't have time to do all that mixing, and if you guys own a mixer, I suggest you use it, and you can always add a little more cream if it's not smoothing out the way you want it to. See, the hand mixer got my aioli together, nice and smooth. As always, I always encourage you guys to test that out, taste it to make sure the flavor is there. If not, do what you gotta do to make it taste better. Once you found that taste that you're looking for, go ahead and add your Brussels sprout shavings and mix thoroughly just to make sure every piece is covered. Now that you have it all mixed up, go ahead and cover that with some saran wrap and place it in the fridge. Next up, this delicious jam. So the first thing you want to do is dice up your red onion and jalapeno. Fair warning, this killed my eyes. Like, I had to cut out parts of me crying, taking a second to cool my eyes off. It was pretty bad. So you guys have two options of how you want to cut this jalapeno. If you want to keep the seeds, I suggest you slice it. If you don't, then I suggest you cut it the way I am right now. I'm just going to dice my jalapenos and discard the seeds. The first time I made this, I found it to be too spicy, and it was because I kept the seeds in the jam. So this time I'm avoiding that. If you guys are looking for a spicier jam though, keep those seeds. just need to add a tablespoon of olive oil and let that heat up in the pan. Make sure you spread it out as I did. Y'all, I am so married to my cast iron skillet. Like, I will use it every day for the rest of my life. Once you've added your red onion and jalapeno, reduce your heat to medium and let that sit in the pan, stirring occasionally until it's tender. So now that my veggies have begun to soften, I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients for my jam. I don't have any traditional dry red wine. I only own sweet, so my jam might be a little sweeter than what yours will taste like. But if you guys want a sweet jam, use sweet wine. Now that I have all of my ingredients added to the cast iron skillet, I'm going to reduce my heat to low and allow for the caramelization to begin. Just keep an eye on it when you guys are cooking this. You do not want it to burn. Also, just a heads up, when you notice it start to caramelize, the color is going to change. It's going to be very dark. I promise you it's not burnt. That's just the color. You know, with grapes, it's going to make a dark color. I didn't record this, but how I prepped my sweet potato was by dicing it raw and putting it in a bowl of water and microwaving it for about 5 minutes. It's a great way to soften your sweet potatoes before you continue to cook them. So this recipe calls for 1 cup of sweet potato and 1 cup of black bean, but you'll see I had a little extra left of each, so I just added that to the bowl. Full disclosure, I am not a vegetarian or vegan, so I wasn't really paying attention to the amount of protein in this taco, but if you guys find you need more black bean, there's nothing wrong with adding another half cup or full cup of black bean. As always, I encourage you guys to season your food however you like. I am just showing you what I added to mine. I almost added some steak seasoning just to give me the idea that I was eating a taco with meat, but I decided against it. And now that I'm looking at this video, I really wish I would have. And for all of those that are watching that are vegetarian or vegan, what kind of seasoning do you guys use to give you the idea that you're eating meat, if that's your goal? Just like when you were mixing the Brussels sprout shavings, make sure you are thoroughly mixing just to ensure that the seasoning is on every piece. So this step is really just to brown the sweet potatoes and get that flavor seeped in from the seasoning. You only will need to cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. So I am using flour tortillas for this taco, but if you guys want to use a hard shell or corn tortilla, that would be equally as delicious. And if you're looking for a healthier alternative, use lettuce wraps or nothing at all. Eat a bowl. I told you guys that the jam would be a dark color once it was finally caramelized. So if your jam looks like that, you are in good shape. There you have it, food gang, sweet potato and black bean tacos. Let me know what you thought of the recipe in the comments, and until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.